to another fun and exciting day with Makeup with Gigi. Today we're going to create this fantastic look featuring main event of Not a Fact from Jeffree Star's Conspiracy palette. I really love this color and I haven't got to use it a whole lot. Every time I've tried, it has just ended up being a fail. Not today. We got a little help from our friends at Pink Religion and our friends at Bloodlust, but we made it work. And look how pretty it came out. So if you want to see how I got here, hang out, grab a snack. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and leave me a comment below so I knew you were here. I'll see you in just a minute. All right, everybody, let's get started. I've already prepped my face. I've primed it with the NYX Marshmallow Primer. I have prepped my eyes with the Eye Prep Eye Prime by Juvia's Place in shade 1, which is the lightest. I've got a little green concealer going on down here. This one, I think I found it at the dollar store. There's a comparable link in the bio. All right, so, oh, and all that is set with Laura Mercier setting powder. So let's get started. I have like 0 time today, and so I figured I would challenge myself because why would I not do something hard when I have no time? So we're gonna break into Conspiracy, and there is this wine color in here that I rarely use and I really, really love called Not a Fact. So our whole look today is gonna start based on that, and then we'll see where we go from there. So this is literally the only thing in the plan right now, and for my eye to stop watering. So let's go in, and we're just gonna keep this kind of to the outside for now because it is a lot. But I love this color, and I don't ever use it, and I think now that I have Pink Religion, I'm gonna find a lot more uses for it, because it's a great wine shade. And just like the other pink shades, it's probably gonna stain. I have found, like, when I take my makeup off at night using my cleansing ball, I can still see my sharp edges. But by the time I have washed my face, which I know you're not supposed to wash your face in the shower, it's what works, and put on my toner, it's usually gone. The staining is not like insane. It's never gonna go away. It's gonna go away. Like, you couldn't even tell before I did all this that I had my pinks from yesterday. When I took it off, there was definitely some staining. But like I said, by now you can't see it. See how pretty that is? And I just never use this color. Every time I try, it always ends up being a fail. And I want to use it. And then next we're going to go into Pink Religion, and we're going to use the color Jeffree's World, which is right here. It's like a hot pink. I did pink yesterday, but you know what? I'm feeling it again today. Ooh, that is a hot, hot pink. Okay, so I'll be very careful. One dip in that color Jeffree's World is plenty for what we're doing here. And then I want to take my number 4 BH Cosmetics brush, that's the smaller one, and I'm going to dip it into Saint Star. And I'm just going to put a little bit of Saint Star right here. I just want to, you know, finish it out, create kind of a gradient, and it's just enough skip in the shade range to make that pretty. Just not quite such an abrupt right ending. And we're going to switch back to our number 1 brush, and we're going to take a little more Saint Star. We're going to use that just to blend out the top edges everywhere. Now we need to darken up this outer corner here a little bit. I want to take on, why does that look wonky? First I want to take a little bit of Not a Fact, where we started, right here. And I want to darken it with this just a little first. So we may not need a darker shade. We may just need a little more definition. I think we're gonna go one more shade darker. With our number 4 brush, that would be this guy, we're gonna take this color Handbag Queen out of Pink Religion. And most of this is probably gonna be under my wing, but I just want a nice, deep, dark base here. But I don't want it to be like black, you know? And don't worry about blending right now. We're just getting it where we want it in place. We'll go back in with the big guy and blend everybody. That seems to give me a little better outcome. Come out. Okay, and you see I have just used my 4 brush to kind of place it. It's not very blended yet. I'm gonna do just a Okay, now that we've got all our color placed with the number 4, we're going to go in with the number 1 and we're going to make sure that's all blended well. And since my whole eyelid is going to be stained anyway, we might as well go for gold. I'm going to go in with Take the Crown. I really love this color, but boy, it leaves a pink stain. And I'm just going to go in with my finger and tap it onto my eyelid. I had thought maybe I would do teal, but I think that's a little too different for work, and I have to go to work after this. I need to cut my fingernails. I've decided I am not the kind of girl that can have long nails. I rely too much on my fingers to do things in tight places. And I thought the other night that I would, pick up my cross stitch, thinking, nails might help with that. Let's see what I can get done. Nails did not help. Very difficult to thread a needle, and if I have to pick an area out and do it again, it's real hard to do with nails. I don't understand some of these. I've seen people in real life with really long nails, and I think that would make my daily life a lot more difficult than I want it to be. Just the struggle of learning to open things and whatnot. Next, I'm going to pop on some black eyeliner. I'm going to use my usual e.l.f. Expert Liner. You know what it looks like. And maybe do my waterlines and be right back. We're going to have to move on with the rest of this mess, no matter if I hate it or not. I actually like my eyes. I just am not a big fan of my eyeliner. And this eye won't stop watering, and it's really pissing me off. But we press on. Alright, let me wipe the primer off the back of my hand. Found this cute little tip somewhere online that primer is the best thing to clean up under your eyes because it just pretty much wipes it away cleanly, and then you're left with primer and it doesn't take off all your skincare and shit. I thought that was really cool. So for minor cleanups, that's what I do. And we're just going to take our Colourpop Pretty Fresh Hyaluronic Acid Tinted Moisturizer, shade Medium 9W, as, most common one I use here. It gives good coverage for being a tinted moisturizer, and it does have a more warm tone, probably closer in the orange family. So it helps hide some of the discoloration under my eyes, and I don't need quite as much concealer. I was hoping it would do something for this guy. He was a tiny volcano yesterday, and then I had to play with him. So we're just going to do our best to cover him up, and that's just going to be the thing. Oh, and he's got a matching friend over here that I have not played with yet. So I guess all thumbnail pictures will be taken this way today. We're going to do some concealing right here with our Tarte Shape Tape. This is 35N medium. It is the closest concealer out of all the ones I have to my skin tone. That gives really great coverage. Alright, we're going to let them hang out there and dry, and while this is out, I'm going to do just a quick first layer with the 35N on some of these darker areas. And that way when I go in with my lighter color in a minute, it won't have to work quite as hard. Okay, that's a nice start. Then we're going to go in with the 29N medium light, or light medium. And we're going to hit those same areas. And if you don't have really pronounced under eye bags like I do, this would actually be like super short and not a whole lot. But I'm using it to brighten up under my eye bags in hopes that it makes them appear less baggy. Maybe it'll cover up the little Louis Vuitton on them. Let's set this with some powder and move on real quick. And I'm going to go ahead and hit my usual other areas besides where I've got my concealer, in hopes of that flawless finish I'm looking for. Probably not going to be a thing, but we try hard every day. Real quick, I'm going to just tap over where I had concealer down here. You can see it helped. Didn't do a ton, but it helped. We're going to dab a little powder over that, hold it in place. All right, and dust everybody with Shorty. Let's finish up the under eye because I think that's going to take the longest, and that's pretty much the only thing I couldn't do in the car on my way to work if I had to. Has happened. We've got our Morphe M165, and I'm going to dip that into the color in Conspiracy. Not a Fact, where we started. That was the whole, this is the star of the show today, which I guess it ended up being more of an ensemble, but we're going to go ahead with it. And because it is so dark and we don't want our under eyes to look real dark, at least I don't today, especially with purple. This shade of purple, if I do it wrong, it's just going to look like I did concealer on, and my under eye bags are going to be really pronounced. So I have to be careful. If you don't have those natural or lack of sleep caused eye bags like I do, then you can probably have a little more fun and be less careful, but life is what it is. Now from Pink Religion, I'm going to go into this color here, Saint Star, and I'm going to use that to blend out with my number 4 brush. Make sure it's all cleaned off first. Okay, I'm just going to dip them in there. Not a ton. I'm going to blend out that corner, and then the rest, I'm just going to blend lightly with Saint Star. Just something. Just something to define it, but not kill it, you know? Now that that's all blended, we're going to take our little precision blender, and I'm going to go in with the color in Pink Religion, Princess Crown, which is this one right here at the top. And I'm going to use it to blend out the top and highlight my brow bone. There, that's a nice pretty blend. And the same on the other side. Also a pretty blend. And then with our Morphe, what is this guy? An M431. I want to take the color from Conspiracy. We're going to take the color Ranch. And we're going to dip into that. And that's what we're going to use to highlight our inner corner. Because I think that little white, yep, going to be beautiful. Let's get finished. We're going to take our fan brush and our iconic London bronzer. This is the Ultimate Bronzing Palette. And we're just going to give it a couple of swooshes and then a couple of swooshes on my face. And we're also going to use the iconic London, the Blaze Chaser palette here. I want the blush out of here. This guy, I love him. And since we're more purple than pink today, I think we can manage. Let's go ahead and blend everybody with Shorty here. For highlighter today, of course, we're going to go in with our Jeffree Star Cosmetics Sacred Glass Highlighter. Get out my little Tinkerbell here. And I'm going to go straight into this middle one, Pink Purity. And because we're going pink and purple today, I want to throw in some purple in my highlighter as well. I'm going to pull out my Colourpop Cosmetics, the Super Shock Shadow in the color Ripple. And again, this one has some purple pigment, like a bluish iridescence with it. And I think with that pink, it's just going to be super pretty. Yeah. I also want to take a little of this, and I'm just going to dot it right here on my eyes, because I gotta have adequate sparkle everywhere. And this is literally just what was left on my finger. That's super duper pretty. I really like how this came out, considering we didn't have a plan. So we've used our Colourpop cream gel liners in the colors Piggy Bank and, oh, what is this guy? Amethyst Hour, and our Better Than Sex waterproof mascara. All we have left to do is our lips. I say we have a little fun because I feel like it. We're going to use our Colourpop Lippy Pencil. This is the color Dial Up. And Jeffree Star Cosmetics Velour Liquid Lip. Jeffree, what the fuck? Alright, y'all. There you have it. Finished look. Pink, purple, beautiful, but most importantly featuring Not a Fact from the Conspiracy palette. Thanks for hanging out. Don't forget to like and subscribe below, and I'll see you next time. Alright, everyone. I thought I'd come on here and give you just a quick little update. So this is after I have taken off with just my cleansing, my e.l.f. cleansing balm. This is the staining that's left. I know we had talked about the staining that Not a Fact would leave, as well as some of the other pigments I used. That Pink Religion palette, a lot of it seems to stain a lot. But from what you can see, I mean, it's fairly obvious to me. But I also am still going to wash my face later and then use my toner. And I'll check back in with you along those steps and show you kind of the progress. And at the end, you won't even know it was there. Okay, I've had my shower. I've washed my face with my usual cleanser. And as you can see, there is still just a little bit of staining going on there. So we're going to go in with our Thayer's toner. Not that we wouldn't anyway. And we're just going to real quick give our face a good once over. And then at the very end, when there's very minimal product, you know, left on your cotton pad, then I'm going to use it over my eyes. You're not really supposed to put toner on your eyes. I don't recommend doing it if you use an alcohol-based toner. If that's the case, I would maybe try Milcer water first. Because you don't want alcohol like that near your eyes. But this one is witch hazel. There's no alcohol in it. And unless you're just super attached to the alcohol in your toner, I definitely recommend making the switch. I was a long time user of the Clinique clarifying lotion, I think it's called. I was a long time fan of this. The Clinique clarifying lotion, twice a day exfoliator. But when you look at the ingredients, the first ingredient after water is denatured alcohol. I use denatured alcohol when I do my painting. I do not want to put that on my face. I know things could come in like chemical grade and beauty grade, but still. Alright, so we've done the rest of our face, and there's nothing like super liquidy left on the cotton pad. It's pretty dry. Now I'm going to use that and go over just where I have a lot of the staining still. And it has definitely helped reduce that. Still some there, but definitely a big improvement from where we started. Alright, y'all. That's it. Now it's time for me to go to bed. I'm going to do the rest of my skincare real fast. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Leave me a comment below. I'll see you next time.